Over the last nearly 2 to 3 years, I have focused on only one thing and one thing alone: self-improvement. You might say it's young, and indeed it is. And I focused on improvement until maybe the start of this year, when I decided to take down the load and enjoy my life and focus on enjoyment a bit more. And in my improvement journey, I've not only learned a ton of stuff, from health to philosophy to wisdom that I would have never had before. I'm probably the wisest person I know myself at my age. But also through those times, I did face pain, and I've also lost things. But the change I made was greater, and I think the decisions I made were the greatest decisions of my life. And this is the first time actually openly talking on my improvement journey. And over the last few weeks, I've developed what I come to believe as the 8 harsh, uncomfortable, and painful truths of this life. And these truths, I believe that most people, whether you're a teenager like me, or even if you're in your old age, I think everyone needs to hear what I'm going to say in this video. Because in reality, they're the truths that can't be avoided and which must be overcome if you want to truly live a great life. And yes, it's coming from a 16-year-old, so you should disagree with it. And I want you to doubt whatever I say. Having an opinion about what I say matters to me more than anything. And most people watching this, I assume, will be much more experienced than me. And the purpose of this video is not only for me to teach you, but also I want to learn from the people watching. I believe the things that I'm about to mention are completely true, and I've come across many sources to develop these beliefs. They're not only the truths about a life, but they're also the values that we must conquer. So this is the 8 harsh truths about life that you need to hear if you want to live a life that is worthy and in accordance with you. And I'm Eddie G. Let's begin. The present matters more than you think. And basically, what I mean by this is what you do now will pay off for a lot in the long run. Not only that, the past doesn't matter, because obviously you can't change it. And the future doesn't really either, because the only thing you're for certain in the future is your death. And death is ultimately what you will measure your life by. But you can control what happens in the future. And obviously that depends on what you do now. And this is why I say the present matters more than anything to you, more than anything else in your life. The more you can focus on the present, the happier and better your life will be. And also, success is fake. If you achieve something you really want to achieve, especially the highest of highest dreams, and this does not apply for everything. Whatever you see as success, once you achieve it, what then? Because ultimately, it's just going to bring another set of problems for you to unravel. So, achieving success is very dumb. Goals are another thing. You can set goals for short and almost momentary things, but setting them for the long run is very unrealistic. And that's why it's important to just be in the present as much as you can. Because you cannot control the past and you can control the future. That depends on you focusing on the now. The true gift you have is the present moment. So don't spare a single moment of what you have now. And you have enough. Freedom, anyone can have. Basically, freedom is the realization that you have enough. There's nothing more to gain, nothing more to achieve. You are already the best version of yourself. And if you are to get any better, you'll just have to be less wrong than you already are. Make slow changes, doing what is meaningful. Worrying about the past, worrying about the future, it's not going to bring any change to what happens now. So enjoy your life, man. Do what you want to do. And let's move on to the next truth. The next truth is nobody cares. Nobody cares about the fact that I'm sitting on a toilet right now. Whatever you want to achieve in life, whatever it is, nobody cares about what you do. And this is very much related to the idea of imposter syndrome, where we're so fixated on ourselves and we are so dependent on how other people perceive us, and we just come to believe that we are a complete fool, even though he's achieved some great things in his life. You gotta let go of that. The other side of imposter syndrome is that nobody actually remembers whatever you told them, whatever you were wearing, whatever you were doing, any of the crazy dreams that you're trying to achieve. Nobody cares. People are too busy dealing with their own problems to be then dealing or worrying about what you're going through. So the point is, make your own decisions according to your own self and not worrying what other people think, because it really doesn't matter. Achieve what you want to achieve. No one is going to worry about your problems. Even if they try to solve your problems, they will never be able to change your mind, because you have the reason of choice. That brings us on to the next truth. The next harsh truth is that problems find happiness, and so does pain. And you can't live without pain, pretty much. But ultimately, we will go through some time of grief in our life where pain is inevitable. So you just have to overcome this fear of pain, this fear of embarrassment, the fear of failure. Pain and failure are fine. They're good things. Everyone goes through them. And the only way to find happiness is through problems. Because if you think about it, every single time you've been happy in your life, it solves some other problem. If you want to achieve financial freedom, you're trying to fix the problem of not having enough money right now. If you want to take a break and go on holidays, you're trying to fix the problem of not having enough time right now. If you want to stop addiction, you're ultimately trying to bring yourself away from it and the problems that it causes for your own health, especially mental health. All the times we're happy, we're solving some sort of other problem, most of the time. And the thing is, problems are inevitable as well. You cannot go by life without having problems, and the problems can be good or bad. And that's the thing. We have to try and find better problems to be able to solve and find happiness. And usually there will be pain during those problems, and that's what you have to overcome. Because pain builds up who you are. Whatever you go through today will amount to something bigger later on, depending on what it is that you're going through. So don't fear pain and find good problems. And realize that happiness cannot just come from a fixed point. You can create constant happiness if you can continue to solve your problems. And everyone will have problems. You will have areas of problems in your life, and you will be wrong about pretty much everything. Because after solving one problem, you're going to be faced with another problem. And problems will still continue to roll in your life. For example, if you achieve financial freedom and you get to a stable amount of income, you might have the next problem, and that might be finding a good location for a house, or trying to keep your family in check, or even allowing your wealth to go to different areas automatically, systemizing things. So you'll constantly be faced with problems in your life, and the only way to overcome them is through some sort of pain or another. You should just build into your mind that pain and problems are a good thing and not bad at all. And you should keep going through pain if you want to live happily. You are responsible for everything, and it doesn't matter what it is. For whatever happens in the future, you are completely responsible for it, and that's the truth. And unfortunately, nobody can help you there, because the choices you make will shape your identity, how you value the world, what's meaningful to you, and what you actually want to make out of this life. And this is a very, very important realization. The fact that you are responsible for everything, and the only way you can change yourself or the person you are is to realize that you are responsible and take action according to that. You have a choice. You can change your life, or you can keep going the way you are. You can be happy now, or you can be depressed and unhappy your whole life. You have a choice, and you are the only one responsible, and you're the only one who can take responsibility for that. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to help you. People will motivate you, but you're the one who decides what you do with the motivation. So choose what you want to do and take responsibility and action on whatever you find meaning in. Because to find the good problems that you're looking for, you have to take responsibility and dig them up. Let's move on to the next one. Relationships is what keeps you alive. One of the largest studies ever done in research history is one on the level of happiness of people throughout their lives. And the most common answer they found was relationships. Relationships are what make people happy. All that I'm asking you to remember, and the truth here, is that you should keep your relationships. Spend time with those you love, your family, your friends, and even the strangers of the world. Network with people, communicate with people, and get out into the outside world. Relationships pretty much account for everything. Without people around you, there would be no need to do anything. People are what allow you to thrive and survive and actually push to become a greater version, push to be the best version of yourself. So keep your relationships and spend time with those you love, because ultimately, spending time with the people you love is the only thing you need to do to live a good life and be in happiness. So let's move on to the next truth. You are what you do, prioritize, and what you value. Something very important to realize through your life. And the fact that you care about what you prioritize and value is what makes you great already. And basically what I'm saying is, you are already the best version of yourself. There isn't any need to constantly improve yourself, but there is a need for what you already have, what you already care about, and what you already find meaning in. And yet, you still may be wrong about everything. Absolutely everything. We all are. But but you're only going to get less wrong than you are already. So find the things that you find meaning in. Find the things that you value and prioritize them the most. There's an amazing quote that puts this into account. You are what you do, not what you'll say you do. So do what you want to do and live how you want to live. Care for the things that you already have. Stop caring about and chasing what other people already have. Be the person you want to be. Prioritize what you already have, what you already love, and what you want to do. So value yourself more than anything. Next truth. True productivity lies in what you say no to. You're always choosing things in your life, different values for your identity, different things to do, choosing how you want to live your life, what you're responsible for. All of these things also come with a cost, and that is saying no to the other options. There's a concept in psychology which I think is called the paradox of choice. The more options you're given, the less happy you'll be, basically, if you choose one of them. But the less options you're given and you choose and commit to one of them, the more happy you'll be. So, put together, committing to one thing over many things is much more valuable than many things over a long period of time. You have to learn to say no to things, because rejection is probably the most important and valuable skill you can develop in your life. Rejecting learning new things, rejecting going to new places, rejecting people, it's all part of life. You have to learn and be comfortable with how to say no. For me, doing more always felt like an amazing gift. Being able to focus on many things, being skilled across many fronts. But then I came to realize that doing more and filling my week cramming with things so that I can learn and so that I can be the best version of myself wasn't the right way to go. But in fact, the best way to go is to take down the load and say no to most of the things that I once had filled my calendar with. Doing less is much more than doing more, and that's the meaning of productivity. Productivity means saying no to things. Productivity means doing what is meaningful to you and which has an impact on you and your surrounding and people. It's not about doing more. It's not about being disciplined. It's not about relying on motivation. None of that. It's just being able to do what you find meaning in, to do what you love. Much of that lies in what you prioritize and value, like I mentioned before. This is the second last truth. The truth that you have to say no in life and give up many things for your own good and for other people's good. Final truth. The final, the most difficult, the deepest value, the deepest truth that I'm going to mention in this video, your death. In the end, you will die, and that's the reality. It's the only thing in life that we can be completely certain for. So that brings us to the question of, what's the point? What's the point and matter in anything that we do today, that we did yesterday, or what we will do tomorrow? Is there any purpose in any of it? And the answer doesn't lie in me, it lies in you. The only way that you're going to realize what impact you're going to have is through yourself only. You have the answers inside you, and so do I. It's just a matter of asking the right questions, and you will over time find out why you're on this planet. You're very fortunate to have even lived a life. The realization of your own death allows you to choose values beyond yourself. In order to find meaning and value, we have to look to something greater than ourselves, find meaning in something bigger than ourselves. We are a spot of dust on the face of this universe. And of course you might ask, what's the point in anything? I think you'll find the answer as you go along. There's no need to worry about what your purpose is here on this planet, because you'll find it along the way. It's not about living the better than everyone else life or the greatest possible life that you could have ever imagined. It's what you will leave behind. What will all your accomplishments leave behind on this planet, in this world? And that comes back to values. What do you value? What do you prioritize? Every single truth, everything I mentioned in this video rounds up to this last truth of death. This is the most hardest truth. It's the one that you have to just overcome the fear of. You have to overcome the fear of death, because everyone goes through it. The only thing we're certain of. So you have to overcome that mentality that triggers your mind to be terrorized of death. Instead, look to how you can live meaningfully. I've mentioned all the values in this video. What you say no to, what you prioritize, what you value, who you're around with, who you impact. All of these things accumulate to your death. You're very fortunate to have even lived this life. That's because ultimately we're certain that all of us, you and me, will one day cease to exist. And you won't be leaving nothing, because you will leave a spark. You will leave the faintest dent in the face of this universe. It might be a speck of dust, but you're taking the people around you with you. It's important to realize your own death. We should live our lives meaningfully, doing what we want to do, with heart and passion, not caring about what you don't need to care for, and experiencing everything that this world has to offer, helping people, and being the best person you can be in the time that you're given, because it's the truth. And those are all the values, all the truths, the 8 of them, that you should realize. And I'm not asking you to change, to reprogram your mind. I'm asking you to become aware of them, become aware of these truths that lie within our world. Not only aware of them, but to overcome them. Overcome them with meaning. Overcome them with your heart. Enjoying tomorrow better than today always. And living your life through these truths. And developing these values for yourself. So that you can live a life that is truly worthy. And leave this world with something left behind. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye.